this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game,
Here we go.
he had some fun in last week.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good bringing it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking to the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Jeffries. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Giants at 9-2 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time. Now, what do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it.
And rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to take possession. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama and finished with an electric senior season in Oklahoma.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The numbers for Sanders last week: 18 carries, 69 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. Here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still got the job done enough to win the loss. Talking to the pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how could they not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the play. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1. They'll look to throw on third and goal. To the end zone, but it's going option left on fourth and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first in this one. Right after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year. The Giants winning that one. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete to Robinson. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Leading only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, he'll drop the throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he will have a Giants first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on 1-1. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Barkley inside handoff. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Takes it from the 9 to the 8. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it. They knew where that marker was and it stopped him just short.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not...
Well, tries to force it in and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
18 Gardner.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Guys, man, complete over the middle. That's Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the first
tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Broncos switch. Panthers. Hey.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he can only manage managed to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Hurts. Smith. They'll give him 4 yards there. And we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover to play get on the line.
This happens intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. The Eagles are going to take possession. I'm not sure what the rules, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. We'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They go play action with Hurts. Open man has got it. The tight end. He's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's an Eagles 1st down and a gain of 11.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space, kind of body people away and catch the football. And not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Alert! Alert! No! No! Check!
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult attack.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And his kick is good. And that one extraordinarily even for him. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot
first point. Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Jeffries will set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He will lose 4 yards on the ground. And it's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Play action. Jeffries. He's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. To throw again. He finds Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. You know, the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. I go to the county fair. You don't get a big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick first down. They'll look to throw. And once again, this is Sanders. Good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Hurts. This is Smith with a and they'll get this well past midfield before they stop just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again. He's got it again. And brought down before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On second and goal, Hurts. And it's out the route, incomplete.
You know, he's been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball that coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment. Takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up the touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And we'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll pass the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game, we skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back, Charles, and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get their running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room here at the time.
Get a 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He's had a ton of success here so far. Did you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one?
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closer quickly at the end.
Hey, check that.
Second down, back to Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
Okay,
The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way, creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense that are able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Giants drive will strike from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. He's out past the 10 to about the 12. Tavon Young in on the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jeffries. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson will play.
the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe have a specific assignment. Today, this assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball down the field, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And take it in Miles. Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Hurts will throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail to try for 2. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend the play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lot. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrating in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The kicker is in on the short corner, but that way it's put back in the ball quickly, too. Even guys in double coverage could react.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jeffries. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20.
Alert, right. Alert. Alert. Ready.
They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. He's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
He can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and they got to him again. Kayvon Thibodeau able to drop it that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Giants. Well, Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never like it stopped so suddenly during the series, but it will be even worse now.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Jeffries. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there, a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches it.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him. Why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Touchdown, Giants! Daniel Bellinger, 39 yards. And the Giants are back within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. And we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Looking outside and he's got him in. Also given the first down. Handoff given to Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Right side, got it, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. To go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Receiver ground. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup. Into the red zone, 1st down. So we will switch ends as the... And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hurts. That's Sanders. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupy the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. Unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights and gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. that we just saw an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. He is out of bounds right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself when play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jeffries. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they run the Barkley. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Situation. They'll try to run forward. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here as he's taken out. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Now that was a bouncer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Off the play fake. Jeffries. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, the receiver sprinting downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to next-gen stats. Wow. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line is really hunkered down to establish themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
In a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Drop that switch. Drop, check, tap them. Hey, let's go.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Let's go now.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
That's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you say, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defense was dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Hurts on the Eagles now. Down by 1. 2:15 remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there and the legs still there. This has been a tough game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here we go.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Palmer, go.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Connects with Slayton. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. Back to throw. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 56 yards. And the Eagles use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Might be seeing that on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more out there.
He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So now all eyes shift to the Giants, trailing by 5. A minute 47 on the clock. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
Ready?
To throw. Gets this to Bellinger. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll look to throw. The hitter here is complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's got a man, complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts.
Okay, break.
So get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He's back to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
That's the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath. And that's also tail a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It didn't check out every box, but the most important one, get the clock stopped, getting out of bounds, and maybe a little short of the first down. I thought that was the key.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to
Left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back second to every play of this contest and remember what's worked and what hasn't.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're all able to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Ready.
Back to throw. Pass complete. Goddard. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. Into the hands of Sanders. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. The defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they do.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Eagles with a dime look, 6 DBs on 3rd down. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up and score to keep that game ball. He was sensational. An excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Giants, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make